What's going on, my beautiful kings and queens? My name is Jamila Ashley and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about traveling during a pandemic. Now it's 2021, things have gotten a little bit better, but things have also been the same. But now we have access to the vaccine and I'm about to travel, y'all. So I'm going to tell you how I'm traveling, specific way that I do travel, and you're going to find that out in this video, and you're also going to figure out where I'm going. What have I been, putting off for the longest? So I'm going to tell you guys how I'm traveling in this video and where I'm going. But first, before we get started, I need for you to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell. That way you know when I'm uploading a video. I've been kind of slack, so I'm trying to get back into it. Also, do not forget to follow me on my social media platforms on Instagram and TikTok. That is where I'm most heavily active. So let's get into it. So guys, I am traveling to Cartagena, Colombia. Colombia is a country on the continent of South America, and I'll just give you a little backstory of my traveling journeys. I think I first started traveling in 2017. I went to Nxlevel, Jamaica, and then after that I went to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So this is going to be my third international trip outside of the US, and it just so happens to be in a pandemic. So let's just hope we can get back, even though we don't really want to come back to this country. But I mean, where else are we gonna go? This is where I live. But so far with my traveling journeys, it has been nothing but wonderful. I encourage you all to travel safely, of course, but traveling is such an experience, and I do it a specific kind of way. I travel with a travel group, and the travel group is called Nxlevel. If you're from the Winston-Salem, Greensboro, Raleigh, North Carolina area, you may be familiar with Nxlevel. If you went to A&T, Aggie Pride, or you went to Winston-Salem State, Ram Pride, you know about Nxlevel. So I first found out about Nxlevel because they mainly threw events and parties during GHO. If you don't know about GHO, you need to Google it. Okay, period. GHO is homecoming for HBCUs. Well, GHO is homecoming for A&T, but a lot of other HBCUs come to GHO. So that's how I found out about Nxlevel when I got into grad school, and I was like, what is this all black entertainment group, talking about? So I did a little research and I started going to their parties. Parties were super duper organized, classy, just a group of young black individuals that like to party. So ever since then, I've gone to nothing but Nxlevel parties during GHO, during my grad school days. So that's who I figured out that they also do traveling. I'm like, oh shoot, now they travel too? Okay. And I've been trying to get my passport stamps up, period. So I was like, well, since they also do travel groups and we travel together as, young black alumni that are in the professional world that are just trying to travel, why don't I travel with these group of people, the same people that I party with? Seems like a really good time. So my first experience with Nxlevel travel was 2017 in Nxlevel, Jamaica. Beautiful. Now let me give you some backstory on how they plan it. So they set up like a payment plan. You go online to their website. I will be linking the website as well as Nxlevel's Instagram in the description box below. So if you are very interested in participating in a travel group, or if you just want Newt, he's the owner, to prepare you a travel event by yourself or with a group of friends, he can do that for you. You don't necessarily have to go with the big travel group. You can also plan trips with your friends or by yourself. He got you. So anyways, so how it starts out is that they post the trips that they're going to take for the year. So they post like different locations, and you can choose if you want to do one, if you want to do all of them. You can do that. So we decided in 2017 that we wanted to go to Nxlevel, Jamaica. And around that time, they usually post, I want to say it's around November, is your first deposit that you have to make. So we put in our first deposit in November. Then he sends you an email of the extra days that you're going to be paying. So I think that's really good, especially if you're working on a budget, you have kids. You can't just put a lump sum down of $500 at one time. That's impossible to do. So that's really good with Nxlevel, is that you can make payments up until, I want to say we made our last payment in February or March. But during that time, I think it was maybe 2 to 3 payments in between that you can make, so that you're just not overwhelmed with the price. So overall, the total price I think for Nxlevel was about, for the resort, was about I want to say maybe $400 to $500. So this is an all-inclusive resort in Nxlevel. You got drinks, you got food, around the clock service. You had some water activities that you could do. You have access to the beach. Everything that you need was there at the resort. So everything outside of the resort, you can go explore. And we ended up doing excursions. We went zip lining. We did 4-wheelers. What else did we do? We ate some good, some good authentic Jamaican food. Let me tell you, the best Jamaican food you're gonna get is not on the resort, because it wasn't. It's on the streets. Cause listen, baby, let me tell you, the best jerk chicken I have ever had was on the streets of Nxlevel, Jamaica. Listen, that trip was one for the books. The culture, the people, the vibrancy of the culture, the dancing, like, Jamaica is a whole vibe. I'm really trying to get back down there, because that's my favorite place thus far that I've been to. But anyways, once you complete and make your payment, you have to pay for your flight on your own. So that is another expense. You do need to save for this. It ain't that cheap. But you do have to pay for your flight alone. But after your flight's paid for, everything is pretty much done. Your resort and your food and your drinks are covered. Your flight is done. After you pay that, you're ready to go, sis. You're ready to get up out to the US. So that was my first trip. Then I went to Cabo San Lucas. That was my second trip. So just the same way. You make your payment in November. You make additional payments throughout the year. You book your flight. Boom. Same thing. All-inclusive resort. Food, drinks, everything is there. Excursions can be outside of the resort. Looking to explore Cabo San Lucas on your own, you can do that as well. So this time we're going to Cartagena, Colombia. It's going down in Colombia right now. From what I know, it's some protests going on with their government. I don't know the exact details, and I don't want to misspeak on what's going on over there. But my heart goes out to them, because it looks really crazy. So I had to reach out to my travel planner. I'm like, we're gonna be okay. So he's assured us that we're fine, we're good to go. I mean, my trip is paid for. Now this time I did get travel insurance because of the pandemic. Anything can change at the drop of a dime, and ain't nobody got time to lose money that we work hard for. So this time I did have to get travel insurance, and I got that through the airline that I'm taking. So if you do decide to travel during the pandemic, get travel insurance, get travel insurance, get travel insurance, get travel insurance. Like, this ain't a game, because the pandemic can change at any time. Always get travel insurance. Even when the pandemic is over, I will probably still get travel insurance, because even when this is somewhat over and we somewhat back to normal, another pandemic can sprout up, and then you just left with losing out on money that you worked really hard for, and nobody got time for that. So get your travel insurance. So this go around with going to Cartagena, we got our travel insurance. It was the same way. We made our payment in November, made our last payments in, I keep saying, I want to say March or April or February, one of those months, I can't remember. And we're going to be also on a resort that has pools, food, all-inclusive drinks, all-inclusive food. The only thing that I'm worried about now is that they have a really strict curfew, and that's not because of the protests. I think it's also because of COVID is very high in Colombia. So there's a very strict curfew that we're going to have to maneuver around. It's sounding like we're going to only be able to do things during the day. We're supposed to go to the club one night. That may not happen. Who knows? We'll see. As long as I get to do something. that's really all I care about, as long as I'm able to do something. So a couple of things that you need to know about traveling during the pandemic is wear your mask, wipe down the room if you need to wipe down your room, choose an airline. Try to choose an airline that will space you out, but if you can't, because I think Delta is the only airline that is spacing people out, like one seat, you skip one seat. I don't think any other airline's doing that. I'm flying JetBlue. I've never flown JetBlue. I've only flown American and United, and I've never flown Delta. So we may not be as spaced out, but I did get vaccinated. And you can have your own opinions about this. I encourage anybody that is trying to travel to get vaccinated. Do your research first on the vaccine. I got the Pfizer. But there's Pfizer, Moderna. We don't really trust Johnson & Johnson. But do your research on the vaccine and the benefits of it. I know people are still wary of it. I got mine. My last vaccine shot was, I think, last month sometime, and I feel fine. So, I mean, to each his own, but it just gives you an added layer of protection. For me, it just makes me feel a lot more safer to travel outside of the country when I have the vaccine. I'm going to continue to wear my mask. I'm going to continue to try to social distance, but again, we're going to be with a lot of people. So that vaccine kind of gives me that coverage and that assurance that, all right, I'm around these people, but I have this kind of barrier. Now, the vaccine isn't going to prevent the virus, but it will give you that added assurance that you may not catch it. So that's what I'm banking on. That's what they said. They said 91% with the Pfizer, so I need for it to do its job. But that's another thing that I've gotten. I've gotten the vaccine. I'm going to be masked up. I'm going to be around other people that I think have also been vaccinated, but it's also going to take the precautions of wearing a mask. I'm going with somebody that I know is vaccinated as well. I'm rooming with her. She's vaccinated. We're going to be wearing our masks. We're going to try to social distance, and we're going to be as safe as possible. But I think our thing is we've gone without being out of the house and without traveling for a whole year, that it's like we're getting stir crazy. I'm getting stir crazy. I really like to travel, and traveling is a part of my self-care and my mental health. And if I don't do it, I'm going to go crazy inside these four walls. So I'm really hoping for a really good time, even if we have to stay on the resort the whole time. Honestly, I don't care. It's outside these four walls. So staying on the resort and sitting by a pool. The beaches are closed, so we can't do that. But sitting by the pool, eating good, and just soaking up the sun. You know, having a moment, living life with other young black people that are in the professional world, and just, you know, catching up with people. Been away from people for so long, you're just like, I really need to talk to somebody and just be around human existence. So those are the things that we're doing. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Like I said, if you want to know more about Nxlevel travel, it will be in the description below. We're going for 4 days. We will be back, and then I'll probably get tested again, because we have to get tested before we go. I forgot to mention that. So you have to get tested before you go. In Colombia, you have to be tested 4 days before you take flight. So it can't be long. It can't be more than 4 days, and it has to be within 4 days. I might get mine within 3 days just to be safe. So you have to get tested before, and then we have to get tested once we get there, because we have to have a negative test in order to get on your flight back. That is where the nerve-wracking part comes in, is testing negative. That's another reason why I got the vaccine, is that to assure that I'm going to test negative. Hopefully That's what happens. So we have to get tested before, and we have to get tested as soon as we get there so that we can get on our flight back. Other than that, we're free to go where we need to go. Besides, you know, the restrictions of the curfew, we're free to do what we need to do and just have fun and have a good time. I will be vlogging, so be prepared for this vlog. It's probably going to be in different parts because I don't want to give y'all the whole hour vlog and y'all got to sit there and watch a vlog for an hour. We're not doing that. We're going to break it up in parts, but it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit. So y'all better, this is a reason to subscribe. So you're going to be able to see me travel in a pandemic. And yeah, any questions that you have, you can leave them down below when I upload the vlogs. You know, anything that y'all need to know, I will try to answer those questions to the best of my abilities. But again, like I said, Nxlevel description box down below. Their website and their Instagram will be down below. And anything else, we're gonna see what is giving out in Colombia, out in South America, you know. So this is the end of this video, guys. Make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on that post notification bell, that way you know when I'm uploading. And make sure you follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. That is where I'm most heavily active. And I'll see you guys later.